It's not.
Got
So you might take 6 months for one partner, but they could bring in, if it's leads that you're trying to get, 350 leads. That should be an always on motion of bringing in that bulk amount of leads. So that's why it's the upside down. It's not a one-to-one. It's not I'm going to instant gratification. I put out paid advertising and I got this from it. It's not
Got
that.
it.
Yeah.
Got it. Maybe this is something which, goes into a question Faris just asked in the chat as well. He said, curious, does partner ops typically live under partnerships or the revenue department? How do you set up your partnerships, like partner ops team for success? Is this something which you really need to own? Like, because you just said like you should ideally have 3 people immediately, which I feel like as a CEO, you might gulp because you're like, well, you have 3 people who just take out like, partners for steak dinners, which is not what partnerships people do. But they might think like that,
Yeah.
So how do you like think about shared resources? Do these all need to be dedicated heads, or is there like a ramp time where you say like, hey, one person can start a team and then after a while when you see traction you just hire like a second and third head?
I think you can have shared resources. Absolutely. I think a lot of this can live in RevOps. A lot of the business technology teams can handle the back end setup and things of that nature. But what I will say is it is very much dependent on the company that you are in, because what inevitably happens, because direct is a instant gratification, I put out money, I can see the dividends like immediately, it'll always get priority because it's a faster motion, right? Which means that your partnerships work is always going to get deprioed, and anyone who's a partnership leader on this call is going to 100% agree. You're going to get deprioed because we can't see the results of what we're building for you right away. And so it's okay, we'll get to it at some point. Or, yeah, but demand gen needs this, marketing needs this, sales needs this, so we're going to build this first, obviously, because that's where the bulk of the acquisition is coming from. So that's the fear. Now, if you have a really, really savvy like RevOps, CRO, C-suite team, they're going to understand that this is going to take long and they're going to prioritize what needs to be done. So I would say like the watch out here is, yes, use shared teams. One, if you can get someone dedicated to it on those teams, that's great. But if you have to use like even one head that's shared between 2 teams, that's where you're going to need some really strong leadership to actually like help you prioritize, since you are kind of the new kid on the block that's not really generating anything of any that's significant compared to direct. So somebody has to be, the leadership has to be very savvy and back you up in that and prioritize your work and understand that this is a long play versus a short play. Then I think it's totally fine to use shared resources and it makes sense.